Good evening. This is Michael Filigera. I'm with logicalsignals.com, and this is the Elliott wave update for the NQ on Monday evening, March 15th, 2021. We have been tracking this rally up off of Sunday's lows, and it's getting interesting in that we have been able to count it, Friday's lows. We've been able to count down 5 waves off of this top of wave 2. We put that 2 there. This is a 5-wave decline, so it should be followed by a 3-wave rally. Well, A, B, and this is a C wave. Problem is, it has exceeded ever so slightly the high or the starting point of this 5-wave structure down, if we're going to label that 1. And this would then be another wave 2. This is just a larger wave 2. So technically, wave 2 should not exceed the starting point of wave 1, since wave 2 corrects wave 1. But right now, I really want to just give this the opportunity to finish this 5 if it already has, because it's not really going back up. It's tested it once at 13,121.75. That's the high thus far. So I want to let this play out at least until tomorrow, US opening. But we're going to go over some specifics. If indeed it starts to roll over, we know what we're dropping back into, and it needs to really go lickety-split. It can't just futz around. It can't be slow. It can't be range-bound, really, at this point. If it continues to consolidate, which would be this range-bound type of trading, then it's beginning to signal that it wants to go and take the market higher. Now, if it does that, we will want to take a look initially at some additional fibs from, and they're not going to be that. They're going to be just plain old retracements. So back over here, and let me go down to it. And we're going to go to here. Crap. Sorry, folks, it didn't change it. And I want that. Yeah, okay. So I get it right on the nose, and it doesn't want to do it. Now I can move it. And get it right, come on, there. Okay. We now enter into that upper zone that I know that we talked about yesterday. And so we're looking at 13,253, 13,400. So there have been some other areas where our range was 13,000, like 299, so 13,300 to 13,400 was a pretty good zone that could complete this entire move. And so I have to let this play out more before we really can determine if indeed this is going to be the end of a primary A wave, in which case we're in a primary B wave retracement, which puts us back in this area of that it can run up to here, possibly even higher. And so we will start to work out numbers, because what would be taking place if indeed this is wave A, we're doing a B wave. So it's a huge corrective process, which could take, it takes an ABC form, but it could take an ABC, XABC, it could take a triangle. There's many different things that it could trace out before it's all said and done. In any case, we will continue to track it, and then we'll be able to put correct labeling on as the market continues to tell us what it's doing. But we can put some parameters around our short-term trading, and we can trade on that. This was all tradable. The rallies were tradable. They weren't always like boom, boom, boom. You kind of hung out and you had to wait, and it made its move, and it hung out and it waited. There were longer periods today, but it did make its move, and money, you could make money. It wasn't as easy as, say, even Friday or last week, but trading was profitable. So I'm going to continue to, if it holds here and it starts to turn lower, what we're looking for, folks, is we look for it to start to break below the 20-day moving average on the hourly chart, the 50-day moving average on the hourly chart, and the 200-day moving average on the hourly chart. We need to see a pretty quick decline down here, and it needs to really form 5 waves. And they need to be a little bit bigger, not these little short ones. I would like to see something in the way of this, but even bigger, to really kick off what I would suspect this is all going to be if it starts to break down. If it starts to break up, we're now looking at a situation where these moving averages are in tune. They're lined up. The 4 is above the 8 is above the 20 is above the 50, and the 50 is above the 200. That's pretty good. We go over to our shorter term charts. We then look to make sure that indeed all are lined up to move higher. So right now, the market needs to tell us that the moving averages await, but you can see they're all from top to bottom. They go 200, 100, 50, 20, 8, 4. 50, 100, excuse me, 200, 100, 50, 20, 8, 4. And the same thing on the hourly chart. So, looks like we're going to go up. We should break above that. This is going to be our next zone. And we'll start to, this is of the whole decline thus far. So again, if we're looking for a B wave, these are the levels. B waves can retrace all of a wave A, which would then produce an ABC flat correction overall for that cycle wave 4. So that would tell us that if it's definitely going to be an ABC flat, which is ABC down, ABC up, back to the same area, and that C wave then comes down and back to the same lows. That is a possibility if we let the market tell us what it is doing. And so we're laying the possibilities out, and then we're wrapping around what we can think for tomorrow. All of our moving averages are in line. If that changes overnight, we'll take a look at it again in the morning. But if they're still all in line, the market still could be sitting right here, or maybe higher, or maybe has come off. But if these moving averages don't start to shift, they stay in tune, then I'm looking for upside. And I would expect that we could get intense. Now, the broader market, Dow continues to make new all-time highs. The S&P, right as we come on, is right up at its levels. It's there right now, the S&P. So they've been bound and determined that they're going to let the S&P go to new highs, along with the Dow. The NASDAQ did already. And if it wants to go back and try it again, it might. The Russell, for sure, has gone to new highs. So everything's up at new highs. And the world looks wonderful. Perfect timing for a major shift. In any case, tomorrow, I'm looking for higher. I will be putting in some additional Fibonacci's as I can see what the market's done overnight, and we'll be looking for what comes next. Again, if it turns right from here and it starts to go down and break these, that's going to change the picture, because this will start to fall below the moving averages. That's going to bring them all down if it continues. If not, then we're going to look for support at these levels and for the rally to continue. That's it for tonight. The next update will be Tuesday.